Islam and greetings. Pretense, Divine Prince of the Divine Theocracy of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I pray that you all are well. As I understand it, Chicago has come out of its, I don't know what you call it, its takeover phase. That's what I would call it, because that's all I saw was a democratic takeover. And I saw democratic leaders turning into Caligula, Napoleon, or pick your dictator, doesn't matter, because they were all imitating them, especially the mayor of Chicago. Now, I will tell you this. You so-called black voters, and again, I'm going to refer to you as you all wish to be known, and that is black people. Even though there are no such people in the family of man, that is what you have glommed onto. Therefore, again, I will treat black people, or those who prefer calling themselves dead, black people, we're going to have to treat it like another religion. When we ruled the world, we didn't care what the Christians did. We didn't bother them. We did not run roughshod over them. We let them do whatever it was the Christians did. The only thing we did concern ourselves with, where the Christians were concerned, was who the church was going to send as an archbishop. Because we know from a long time ago that archbishops, they plant the flag of the church in whatever land they're in. And those archbishops, they came to Moorish Spain. So yes, we had a hand in who was selected for the archbishop. Other than that, we let the Christians be. So for you black people, those who prefer to label yourselves dead, I'm just going to treat you like you belong to another religion. And as a Moorish American Muslim, I don't care who you pray to. I just don't care. I did have a problem with you all calling yourselves black, because I know there are no such people in the family of man. But let me get down to business with you. You black voters, you need to hold the Democrats accountable. You really do. Because you just go along to get along, and you've always wound up behind the 8 ball. Now, recently, there have been massive disturbances. And as I informed you all in an earlier video, the people who were breaking windows and burning down the stores in your food desert neighborhoods, they were from out of town. They don't care if you eat or not. Yet, they were destroying these properties in your name, and you allowed it. Why? You see, I love my town. I've fought in it, and I've fought for it, but I have never fought against it. The United States has a song, and in that song are these lyrics: stand beside her and guide her. However, in my nearly 70 years here, what I've learned is all those who tried to guide her wound up dead or missing. So, it became quite obvious to me, especially since America was taking the brunt of this political experiment. And the Democrats, you all who claim to be Democrats, you have effectively participated in your own demise, in your own failures, because you vote for a name and you don't bother to find out what stance they take politically. And you're going to wind up behind the 8 ball again. Now, from my observations, that stand beside her and guide her, that's a lie. That's a lie. And you have to really take a look at some things, which you black people don't do. Now, the FBI is getting rid of its criminals. It's getting all of its criminals out of the Bureau, including the director, James Comey. Now, I don't know who is worse, Comey or Hoover. You know, the jury's still out. However, Comey is a criminal. Yeah, he's a criminal. And you all need to be aware of this. And for my fellow Chicagoans, you'd better really take another look at your mayor. Because if she didn't show you during this pandemic what she was about, then you need to know she's a one-term mayor. She's a one-term mayor. Now, Chicago's one-term mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, is truly something. What? I can't tell you. What? I can't tell you. I've been busy observing some things where mankind and this, I guess you would call it, an awakening of the ignorant. That's what's been happening for the past couple of weeks. The ignorant have been awakened. Now, where I have been, what I've been paying attention to is this call for the defunding of police departments. Well, the problem that I have here in Chicago is your mayor, who is the caretaker of these cops. She's the caretaker of these cops. Now, what I have are some questions. And these questions are regarding the police department. One of my questions is, why does the police department need a union? Now, I've been a union man most of my life. I'm in the building trades. We needed a union. Cops don't need a union. They work for the mayor of the city. They don't need a union. And let me tell you about those damn cop unions. See, it's those damn cop unions that keep those damn rogue cops on the payroll and in their jobs. And I'll tell you this, in a republic, no damn police union. No police union. You fuck up out here as a cop, your ass is fired, period. Because you work for the mayor. And if the mayor had any sense, if she wasn't a friend to these mongrel monsters, if she wasn't a friend to them, then she disbanded that damn police union. All police unions should be banned. They should be torn down. They should be disbanded. All of them. Because police unions are the reason that these damn murderous ass cops get 2 weeks suspension with pay. They're on administrative leave with pay after murdering an innocent, unarmed person. Get rid of the damn police unions. Because that is the reason these damn cops do what they do. Because of the damn unions. First of all, the union don't work for the goddamn city. The cops do. And the mayor has the authority to kick any damn cop off the police force she desires. But she won't, because she's with them. Case in point, I did see a clip of a cop riding in a van, flipping off a protester. All right, so what? The protester gave him the finger. I'll get back to that. But now all of a sudden, she can't find the damn cop who flipped off a protester. And everybody's protesting stupid ass cops. And this ignoramus, he flips off a protester. Now the mayor says, and all you're going to hear is, we're investigating. When I was a cop, and I wasn't even the damn best cop. I was not the best investigator or any of that. And the Air Force will tell you that. But I'll tell you first, I wasn't the best one. Not that I wasn't any good. I wasn't the best one, is what I said. And what I know is, when you have a structured agency, remember that term, structured agency, because I'm talking about the goddamn Chicago Police Department. Your mayor is telling you, oh, we're investigating. We're going to find out who that officer was. Well, Mayor, let me suggest this to you. Since that van had to be signed out for, somebody put their name on that log before they got the keys and got in that van. That van was to go pick up a detail of police. And every cop assigned to that detail has a name. And those names are on a sheet of paper. Those cops who are assigned to that detail. But you're investigating. How about looking at the damn logs? Who signed out the truck? And the men assigned to that detail who had to get in that van so that fool could flip off a protester. But you're investigating, huh? This Chicago is what I am speaking about. She doesn't give a damn about that cop who flipped off the protester. She doesn't give a damn about you when one of her little bastards in blue gunned you down. She doesn't care about that. See, I would have the cop's name in 5 minutes. Because what I know is, what I just told you, somebody had to sign out for that truck. Somebody signed that truck out. And whoever signed that truck out was assigned to drive that detail to wherever they were going. It ain't hard to find out who the hell that cop was. She's not trying because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She just doesn't care. Now, let me share with you who her counterpart is. Her counterpart is an amalgamated Moor. She too is guilty of crimes. In particular, She is responsible for George Floyd's murder. And I'm talking about Amy Klobuchar. I'm talking about Amy, I'll throw him in jail and not look back Klobuchar. She talks about accountability. What I want y'all to do is check out that video, Klobuchar and George Floyd. You really need to check that out. Now, the top prosecutor is named Ellison. And Klobuchar will tell you proudly, me and Attorney General Ellison, we've worked together closely for, she'll tell you that. But what that tells me is Ellison is not going to drag her ass out of that senator's seat and put her at the defendant's table with those other 4 murderers as an accessory before and after the fact. You see, Amy's got a lot to answer for, like throwing that 16-year-old boy in prison for life and not looking back. You black Democrats, y'all sickening. You cry about every damn thing, but you don't want to fix shit. You don't want to fix nothing. You don't want to fix them because you got a patronage job. You work in City Hall. You work for the state. You got a patronage job. You got a job for licking boots, nigga. You got a job for licking boots. And you proud of that. So proud, you won't stand up for what's right. Because I ain't gonna jeopardize my job. When your ass is dead, you ain't got no job. And you're still gonna have to answer for the shit you did and did not do while you were here. So you safe Negroes with your patronage jobs, working at City Hall, over at the State Building, because you licked somebody's boots. You're pitiful. And you really are going to pay. You really are going to pay. Now back to Lightfoot and her little bastards in blue. That's what I call them. That's what I call them. She needs to disband the police union, because that is the reason cops get away with murder. Because of the damn police unions. Ain't no more trade unions. Ronald Reagan broke them up back in the 80s. Why didn't he break up police unions? I mean, he was a union-busting bastard, Ronald Reagan was. He started with the air traffic controllers. He started with the air traffic controllers. And that was the end of unions in America. Except the Fraternal Order of Police. Why do they need a union? They work for the city. Why do they need a union? You see, this is the kind of thing that you black Democrats need to get up off your lazy asses and question. Question these things, because you don't. You really don't. Your world is going to hell, and you are sitting by idly, doing nothing except watching other people do the work you should be out there with them doing. And you're not. And you're not out there because I got a job. I got a patronage job. We just went back to work yesterday. You're worthless as humans. You're just worthless. Now, as I stated before, Amy Klobuchar, she's got a lot to answer for when somebody starts putting the right questions to her. Such as why you railroaded that young black boy into prison for life with no evidence. You had to step over his dead body in order to get to the Senate. Well, because you didn't prosecute Chauvin when he killed his last unarmed young black boy, you're just as guilty. In fact, you are guilty according to law. And anyone who wants to look it up, look up aiding and abetting a felonious murder. Look up dereliction of duty. Look up check that. Prosecutorial misconduct. Amy Klobuchar is guilty of all of these things and more. And I'm going to keep an eye on Attorney General Ellison up there in Minnesota. Keep an eye on him. See how he treats Amy Klobuchar. I want to see if he's going to tag her as an accessory before and after the fact, because she didn't prosecute Chauvin when he killed his last unarmed black boy. She's guilty. I want to see if Ellison, the Attorney General for Minnesota, I'm definitely going to write him and ask him. I'm going to do that. In fact, letters right here. Letters right here. And I'm going to mail it to him. Because I want to know if he's going to put her at that defendant's table where she belongs. And if he doesn't, his political career is over. And everybody I know in Minneapolis, I'm going to send this video to them right after I post it, because they need to ask Ellison some questions. In the meantime, Chicago, you've allowed infiltrators into your ranks. They have burned your city. They have destroyed your local stores. They have destroyed stores in outlying areas. Those people were not from here. And you let them in your ranks. And you questioned nothing about them. Well, from what I understand and from what I've seen, this was a pretty well-funded operation. It was a pretty well-funded operation. I mean, imagine the dollars you have to have in order to transport people and material to different places in America and the United States. That takes some real cheddar to do that. And buy up pallets of bricks. I think a pallet of bricks, let's say standard American common brick. Those would be the red brick. The 8 by 2 by 3. Check that. 8 by 2 by 4. 3.5. Well, that's a common red brick. A pallet of those will run you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 and $1,500. There was some serious money behind all of this destruction, the burnings. Where did they get the gas for the Molotov cocktails? They damn sure didn't get the gas from Chicago. Don't remember. There is something that is going to take place. It has not yet arrived. And I understand that you all will not listen because you as man, you simply don't know how. It doesn't matter what is in your face. You refuse to see it because it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. But my point here is, vote Democrats out. Because what you're not seeing is the underlying agenda for the Democrats. And that is to turn America and the United States into a socialist land. Into a socialist land. And if you have never seen socialism, then becoming a socialist will be all right with you. You've never seen real socialism. Got a suggestion for you. If you want to see how socialism works, and you got satellite TV, and you get 9,000 channels, or you got YouTube, tune in to Venezuela. There's your socialist country. Check out Venezuela. That will show you what socialism looks like. You may see a lot of ghost towns because the Venezuelans are running here. And they're running to the wall that's being built. They're running from Venezuela. And so for all you black Democrats, they never told you that they were socialist communists. You thought everything they did for you was for you. It wasn't. Do you think Joe Biden's 1994 crime bill was in your best interest? You don't think they knew that for black people during the cocaine cowboy days, you don't think they knew that black people were more likely to have cooked cocaine in their possession, to have crack in their possession than powder? Why do you think the time that was given out to drug runners, because they're not dealers? The news likes to call everybody who handles illicit drugs drug dealers. Well, that's another lie you get from those talking heads. They are not drug dealers. The deal was made before they even got that little shit they stashing and selling to people on the streets. They're not dealers. You see, because drug dealers own helicopters, and they own estates, and they own islands. Drug dealers do. Drug runners don't make that kind of money. And they're the difference between a drug dealer and a drug runner. Everybody out in the streets a runner. There aren't any drug dealers out here in the streets. Never have been. Never have been. Only pushers of drugs. Only pushers. No drug dealers out here. You won't see a drug dealer. You've never seen a drug dealer. Not in the street, you haven't. And unless you can see 30,000 feet in the air, he's in his private plane going somewhere. That's a drug dealer. You all need to enhance your scholarship about a lot of things. And Chicago politics is one of them. This is the crookedest state in the world. And Chicago is the crookedest city in the world. It's got crooked police. It's got crooked politicians. And prayerfully, what's been happening over the past couple of weeks, the decision is in you all's hands. You've got the power, always have. Except for you niggas with your patronage job, you bootlickers. You bootlickers. You see, you're the ones we were expressing displeasure with back in the 60s. That's why and how we knew that when the revolution comes, some of you niggas got to go too. Because you ain't shit. Some of you got to go. And you niggas with your patronage job, you bootlickers, who don't care about anybody other than yourselves, there is quite the ending for you. This I promise. Because, see, you're human. And you will turn your head away from inhumane treatment and everything else where your brothers and sisters are concerned, because you got a damn job at City Hall. You bootlicking. At any rate, that's all I have to say. I've been doing a lot of observation, and I just finished making my observation today. But I have to tell you this one more time. Get rid of the damn police union. One more thing before I go. Were you all aware that the Chicago cops here beat a member of the Chicago Police Board? Now, the Chicago Police Board is that so-called oversight committee that watches over the police for all the damn good they do. The cops beat a member of the Chicago Police Board. And your Democrat mayor is telling him to file a complaint. File a complaint? For what? You ain't gonna do shit. You let the union tell you what you are and are not going to do, and you the goddamn mayor? You're sickening, lady. You're sickening, and you're weak. You're a one-term mayor. And I'm going to do every damn thing I can to get your ass off that 5th floor, because you don't belong there. You don't belong there. File a complaint. For what? Nothing's going to be done about it. She protects her crooked ass bastards in blue. She protects them. Otherwise, we'd have heard the name of that cop who flipped off the protester. I just told you how easy it was to find out who it was. But the mayor and the Chicago police, they're still investigating. Isn't that something? They're still investigating. And all they gotta do is look at the goddamn log, see who signed out the truck, see what detail that truck was assigned to, and get the names of the men on that detail. But they have to investigate. Well, brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces, you take care of one another. You love one another. And for God's sakes, protect one another. During the past couple of weeks, you kind of understand that protect one another now, don't you? I told you, I can't help you. I can't help any of this. I tried to fix it so you didn't have to see these days, but you didn't listen. So now you must go through this. But I love you all, and you all begin to learn how to love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're really feeling like it, you need to share this video to everybody you know, especially if you live in Chicago. Because it's up to you what kind of city you're going to have. You had that harebrained broad on the 5th floor telling you that she was going to keep the summer away from Chicago. Now, how the hell is she going to do that? If we have a summer. That's her quote. If we have a summer. Darth Lightfoot. Boy, you black Chicagoans, do better. Do better. Because everything that pertains to your future depends on it. And I'll say no more. I bid you peace.